Well, moving ahead with the session, ladies and gentlemen, we have with us Mr. Vikram Limaye. Well, he'll be sharing expert insights on the topic cybersecurity for the capital market ecosystem during his keynote address and announce the inauguration of Aujas Cyber Defense Center. Well, this is something we are absolutely looking forward to. But before that, let me tell all of you that Mr. Vikram Limaye is the Managing Director and CEO of the National Stock Exchange of India Limited, that's NSE. Well, he's a veteran in the banking industry, as we know, with over 25 years of experience working with financial institutions, global investment banks, international commercial banks, and global accounting firms at the same time. Well, he's also the chairman of the working committee and director on the board by the international industry body, the World Federation of Exchanges. Let me invite Mr. Vikram Limaye.
Good morning and a very warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for coming to this event. I extend my personal greetings to the keynote speakers, Dr. Muralidharan, Dr. Gulshan Rai, Samir Shelke, and to all the fellow participants. This is an important event as the capital market ecosystem seeks ways to secure itself from cybersecurity breaches and risks. The capital market is a key growth driver of our national economy, and in light of becoming a $5 trillion economy, it is critical to strengthen this space. The proliferation of digital platforms has led to a rapid surge in vulnerabilities, leading to exponential growth in cyber risks. These risks can lead to costly breaches and impact brand equity and reputation. According to a study published by IOSCO and the World Federation of Exchanges, over half of the world's securities exchanges were the subject of cybersecurity attacks last year. Cyber risk is one of the top threats to financial markets today. There are enough examples of cyber incidents, from financial data breaches at large MNC companies to high-profile incidents in banks, stock exchanges, and government systems. The cost of such events is immense, and the damage to public trust and confidence is significant, as cyber incidents could potentially undermine the integrity of global financial markets. Global capital markets are at risk of market manipulation, financial fraud, and denial of service attacks, as seen recently across the globe. Today, the security of financial services is at crossroads. Protecting the security of customers, businesses, and stakeholders has never been more challenging. Capital market firms function in a highly regulated and competitive market. There is a need to establish next-generation cybersecurity framework and that allows comprehensive monitoring and response for risk-free operations and business continuity. Without a strong security governance to gain total clarity of cyber threats and risks, it is difficult to make informed decisions on changing regulations or complex threat vectors. Enabling such governance can be challenging for organizations that leverage legacy security frameworks and siloed security controls. This traditional approach needs to change. A comprehensive cybersecurity framework is critical for capital market firms to grow and prosper in a hyper-connected world. Be it commercially sensitive information, intellectual property, business intelligence, or customer data, securing these is crucial for business continuity. An integrated approach to cybersecurity can bring in trust, enabling firms to win the business confidence of stakeholders, investors, and customers. Firms will also be able to manage most perceivable risks such as regulatory, operational, or cyber risks, which might increase due to exponential growth in trade volumes and data exchange. The approach must be an effective combination of specialized capabilities to ensure governance, mitigate risk, and meet compliance. Managing cybersecurity in the digital age necessitates a comprehensive blueprint to meet 4 key mandates: increasing customer expectation to protect their data within the digital ecosystem, improving cyber resilience due to expansion of advanced threats, meeting regulatory and compliance expectations by protecting consumer interests, and securing brand reputation by mitigating internal and external breach risks. The capital markets ecosystem needs to invest in a comprehensive set of cyber risk management capabilities that cover the entire value chain and ensure that the risk is efficiently managed across the ecosystem. They need to define their cyber risk appetite by well-articulated security mission statements and well-defined metrics. Capital market players must recognize it is suboptimal to deal with cyber attacks in silos. We must adopt a common set of standards to continually strengthen security governance, security policies, processes, and systems to keep pace with changing attack vectors and risks. Industry participants must work together to standardize approaches and frameworks to security risks. Over the past few years, national authorities, standard-setting bodies, and private sector organizations have launched initiatives to address cyber risk and increase the cyber resilience of the capital markets and the industry. Organizations like IOSCO have published joint working papers with the World Federation of Exchanges and issued multiple other recommendations on cybersecurity. IOSCO has even formed a cyber task force to raise awareness on cybersecurity and encourage the adoption of best practices amongst the IOSCO regulatory community. Even Indian regulators such as SEBI and RBI are very focused on these concerns. They have proposed and mandated comprehensive guidelines on data security, electronic banking, technology risk management, and frauds for cyber resilience. Trust is the bedrock of capital markets, and regulators are demanding a focused attention on this matter. Regulators expect capital market firms to improve privacy protection for customers, who in turn are demanding that their data and information be protected across digitally accessible products and services. Security cannot take a backseat anymore. It must be embedded into strategic decision-making and driven by a well-governed risk management approach across the enterprise. It should be intelligent and agile to identify complex threats. Last but not the least, it should be resilient and scalable to minimize disruptions while driving business growth. Cyber resilience is essential to secure the capital market ecosystem and help the Indian economy promote growth and competitiveness. Our dream of a $5 trillion economy must be driven by addressing challenges such as data privacy, data security, IP protection, and ensuring a secure free flow of information. With an increase in the adoption of remote access due to the pandemic, businesses must factor in greater cyber risks. Large-scale remote access by businesses has led to attacks that target remote workers, including fake requests, phishing emails, fake sign-in pages, etc. The freedom at which these attacks are carried out must be mitigated. A cyber defense capability must be able to take on any machine or man-made cyber attack. We should develop enough cyber deterrence to take on cyber-enabled warfare and not hesitate to engage with national, regional, or global regulators to counter these malicious actors. There are three things that every company in the ecosystem must do to manage cyber risk. One, effective governance. Effective governance is at the heart of any effective cybersecurity framework and is needed for every organization. It is important that the senior management and the board are closely involved in monitoring governance. It is of paramount importance for the effectiveness of the cybersecurity framework and will also help to focus attention, determine risk appetite, and allocate the necessary resources to deal with this important task at hand. 2. Adopt global best practices. Another key need is to follow global industry standards such as the National Institute of Standards and Technology, NIST, Cybersecurity Framework. The framework enables organizations, regardless of size, degree of cybersecurity risk, or sophistication, to apply the principles and best practices of risk management to improve the security and resilience of critical infrastructure. Following an existing cybersecurity framework, such as that prescribed by NIST or SEBI guidelines, helps market participants to take steps and keep up with the accelerating pace at which cyber threats are evolving. 3. Partner with niche cybersecurity companies. Given the skill and expertise gap, it is critical to engage with the right security partner. Aujas Cybersecurity, which is now part of the NSE family, offers a unified approach to cybersecurity. Its next generation Cyber Defense Center is the new nerve center of security and enables the alignment of people, processes, and technologies, and is the center of excellence in security. In concluding, in the constantly evolving capital and fintech market participants and regulators alike must regularly adapt and respond to new challenges. Cybersecurity is arguably one of the most critical challenges facing market participants and regulators today. But it is a challenge that must be dealt head-on with strategic focus and commitment. For where there is a will, there is a way. I wish you the very best and thank you all for your participation. I am happy to now officially declare the Aujas Cyber Defense Center open, and now request Dr. Muralidharan to inaugurate Cyber Defense Center. Thank you very much.
I just have to say this one thing. What a beautiful vibe watching this. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Vikram Limaye, for the wonderful keynote. And of course, Dr. Murli, Mr. Naveen, and others for inaugurating the Cyber Defense Center. From wherever we are sitting, I'm sure let's bring up some very, very enthusiastic round of applause. Remember, we are watching the vibes.